Hi, welcome back to Marg and Rup on markets. Last week we ended up by saying probably will the earnings season challenge Bull's objective of climbing the Nifty back to 18,000. Rup, that looks like still eluding.
Mark, if you look at the price action last week, uh, again, let's go back to where the story began. Okay, Nifty 17, 800 levels.
Right.
Okay, from there, we've moved down to 16,800.
Yeah, that was in December
Right.
to correct.
So from 16,800, we did a 17,800 last week.
Right.
Okay, and for the entire last week, okay, we've been challenged. While we're expecting a move towards 18,000, okay, we've had a kind of a consolidation.
Right.
See, what we're saying is that the overall trend is intact.
Right. The bullish trend, structurally it is bullish.
Yes, within that, we've gone through a phase of consolidation.
Right.
Again, primarily by the IT. See, the culprit has always been IT.
Right.
Okay, and the spoil sport even for last week was IT again.
Right.
With Infosys opening a gap down 10%.
Absolutely.
Okay, given the weightage it has on the index, Nifty
Yes,
index,
yes.
Nifty also had to face a
Right.
correction.
But there was an equal contest from the banking side.
See, banks remain very strong.
That's what it was contesting actually.
Yeah.
When
See,
IT was
Again, if you look at it, for the entire last week,
right.
after we've had that strong rally, just had a very tight condition.
Right.
There's nothing to indicate from the bank Nifty that the previous trend is now being challenged.
Right. So
The expectation is that yes, we had a pause, we had a rally, we had a pause, and every possibility that going forward the rally can continue. That's where we are.
and HDFC also came with a very good result numbers.
Right.
So
Right.
that also helped actually.
So the bullish view across all these major indices remains.
So you still say that 18,000 is a matter of time.
Yes. Yes.
It's a question of when rather than.
Right.
And what is the reference number now this time?
Right. See, if you look at last week, our reference level for Nifty was 17,748.
Correct.
For this week, it is 17,608.
Okay.
So if you look at Nifty, Nifty closed at 624. 17,624.
Lower side. On the lower side,
17,624. Our reference is at 17,608.
Okay.
So it is in a bullish territory.
Right.
If we don't see a close below 600 levels on Nifty next week, then yeah, there's every possibility that the previous trend can gain momentum from here on.
Right.
The same thing also holds for Bank Nifty, Mark. So Bank Nifty, our reference last week was 41,590. That reference has actually moved up this week.
Because banks have done well.
Yeah, see, so the reference for this week is 42,136.
Good. And we are going
So
to have
17
series of banking numbers coming out this week.
So 17,608 in the case of Nifty, and 42,136 in the case of Bank Nifty.
Bank Nifty. Okay.
Now, if you look at CNX Finance, okay,
Right.
again, it's the same formation that we've seen in the bank stocks,
Okay.
the banking index. Sorry,
Right.
you had a strong rally,
Right.
followed by a congestion.
Right.
Every possibility that the congestion can yield to rally going forward.
Absolutely.
So again, the reference level there is about 18,754, and the market closed at 18,756, just about there.
Pretty much at the same
yeah,
levels.
at the same levels.
Absolutely.
The only index that is dragging the rally
IT.
right now is IT.
And then even in IT, if you see, last 2 days, if you look at HCL has come with the stunning numbers.
Right.
And they said, boss, nothing much to worry about. Maybe Infosys is down, but not the entire industry.
True.
And then some small caps have also come with some very good numbers. So
Right.
overall, we don't know. IT can also be back to, maybe Infosys is an one-off case.
Right.
We do not know that.
See, the way I see it, if you look at the IT index per se, so IT index has been coming down,
Yes.
and the broad consolidation band for IT index okay. Within that broad consolidation, the levels current at where the index closed right now is a great entry level.
That was I was asking. Is it good time to start allocating?
It's definitely an attractive level to consider.
Fantastic. So somewhere you start building up from now on.
Yes.
ITBs.
Yes.
Probably. Yes.
So my view is, even if in an extreme case we see the previous lows being broken, my view is that it could only be a bear trap.
Right.
Okay. And the possibility of a bounce back, because these are very attractive.
Right. Okay.
Maybe it'll take some more time. Maybe it'll take spend more time consolidating here before we see a leg up.
Okay.
But these levels are definitely attractive. So if you sum up these 4 index, Marg, Nifty looks very strong. The previous trend remains intact.
Right.
The same thing goes for Bank Nifty.
Right.
Our reference level are all the markets have closed above our reference level with respect to these 2 indices.
Right.
In the case of CNX Finance,
right.
We are at par. The reference level and the closing point are more or less the same.
Right.
Okay. IT is where we'll have to see our reference levels 26,700 levels.
26,700.
719. 26,719 is the level, and IT index closed at 26,753.
Right.
So right now, if this reference were to hold, then we can actually see a rally next week.
Probably.
So in that sense, we remain bullish across these 4 indices. Okay, we say our view is that in the case of finance, bank, and Nifty 50, the trend remains intact.
Right. IT just have to consolidate. And
at current levels, is very attractive. There's every possibility of a bounce up.
Right.
So this is how we're going to be entering next week. We're going to be holding on to our reference levels.
Right.
Anytime we see our reference level, a strength above our reference levels, we are going in and buying across these 4 indices.
Okay. And how about gold?
See, gold is clearly, it made an all-time high.
Correct.
And it's very much holding there.
Right.
So there's nothing much to read there. The trajectories were up.
Still intact?
Yeah. Right now, the path of least resistance for gold is only upward.
Upward trend. Fantastic.
So everything looks good.
Right. All looks good actually.
Yes.
Just that market is taking its time to.
Right. See, the way I see it, this could also be a welcome breather.
Right.
For the rally we've had.
Right.
A pause is always good.
Correct. Takes time, and the short termers can go out and the long termers can start coming.
In this case, Mark, even that has not happened. We've not seen one significant correction.
Right.
Okay. It's been holding on tightly to its levels.
Right. Okay.
So it shows the kind of underlying strength that is dominating these key indices.
Probably there is conviction on India.
There seems to be a lot of conviction.
And there is a doubt on global issues. Probably.
Yes.
Probably.
Yes.
So some confirmation is required at the global level, considering the fact that the banking crisis is still seems to be there at US. Maybe some confirmation on that side will give the clarity for the markets to move forward. So let's wait. We'll look at next week to see whether Nifty can climb back to 18,000 levels. Thank you, Rup.
Thanks so much, Marg.